Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today I'll be bringing you my review of the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Mindwipe. And here he is in his very impressive looking alt mode, which is it's a stealth fighter jet, but it's more specifically based on a see if I remember it, the F-117A Nighthawk. It's not exact, obviously, like most of these figures are not exact replicas, but it's pretty close to its real-world counterpart, which was what did I say? An F-117A Nighthawk stealth fighter jet. And there he is. And it's really cool. I think whenever I see this type of like stealth fighter jet, I always assume it's like a stealth bomber. But that's because I'm just an uncultured swine and I don't know any better. But yeah, that's what this is. It's a stealth fighter jet, not a stealth bomber. The stealth bomber is something else. A lot more triangular. But yeah. So here is Mindwipe, and you can check out all these very nice little details. You got the cockpit, you got everything here, nice looking. You got thrusters in the back, which are these bits. Then you have the very nice paint job here of this Decepticon symbols with wings. I don't remember what that's supposed to be, like a not parody, but what it's based on. But it's based on like a specific like an Air Force symbol. I can't remember it now. Then you have these markings here, which were seen in the Revenge of the Fallen movie, and these are referred to as cyberglyphs, or like Cybertronian glyphs. You know, like hieroglyphs, but from Cybertron. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. So yeah, it's really cool jet mode. Very nice, very compact, and he does have landing gear. He does have each with its own individual wheels, so he can roll. Not that well, but he can do it. And the landing gear can be retracted, like so. Woo! Yeah, he's a pretty big jet mode. This is from I think this is from a time where the Voyager were still fairly big. So yeah, that's about it for his fighter jet mode. So let's go on with a transformation, which is not that complicated. I was surprised because Revenge of the Fallen figures are usually fairly complicated with their transformations. That's just what they strive to do in that era. But he's actually not that bad. First thing you do is you get in here. How was this? You have to like break, not that break it, but you have to like put it sideways. You have to separate. Whoop, that was close. You have to separate this sideways. I just sort of lifted this up. There we go. You have to like separate this here, like so, and then lift this entire thing up. Now he is gonna get pretty tall, so I hope I'm able to get him in frame. Let's get into his legs, which are pretty simple. Separate here, fold out, rotate the waist to have this being forward. Angle them forward, and then for the legs, you put them like that. He is one of the how do the fans put it, like a chicken walker? So this is how it's supposed to be. Get that out of there. So this is his lower half done. Whoa. Like I said, this is his lower half done. This is how his legs are supposed to be. And then you just adjust it accordingly. Now for his upper half, you come in here, separate this, and then you pull out and separate and sort of push out. Then for this part, you fold up these wings, and it's pretty interesting. This piece here is spring-loaded, and then you feed this in while at the same time folding this in. You basically rotate the entire chest, and also shove this piece into the chest, which is very cool. It's a very nice way of compacting this and, you know, using up the space. So now this here goes into the cavity where his head was held at, and this is just spring-loaded, so it puts into place. And then for the arms, you bring this down. It's like a bunch of hinges, so you pull this out. And then for this piece, you pull it out and then push this forward. And then this thing can actually clip into place, as you can see here. So make sure you fold this out just enough so that this can clip into place. So same thing on this side. Fold out like so, then rotate the hand out until it's in the right spot where that clicks into place. And if it looks like he's almost done, again, he's pretty tall. Let me back him up. He is almost done, but what's left here is to show off his Mecha Life feature, which is shown here when I rotate his wings. When I fold down his wings, it would cause these pieces to pop out and for this tip to fold in. And this one does the same. And that is his Mecha Life feature, which was a feature that was prominent during the Revenge of the Fallen toy line. And then you just adjust. Just to see if I can make him a little bit shorter so you can get him into frame. Because he can actually get pretty tall. He's fairly tall. So yeah. So here we have Mindwipe. And it's a very cool looking figure. Like I said, he's pretty darn tall. I can't even get him completely in frame, but still very nice tall figure. Very nice. And check out that head sculpt. This is a very nice looking head sculpt. Looks like he's got a gas mask on, as well as a visor. And I think they have like, I think he has like eyes behind the visor. I think that's a neat little detail. I don't know if I can get it in shot though. Yeah. See like two little pinkish reddish eyes? That is a cool effect that they added. That is a nice little detail. And since I have him here, I might as well show off his articulation. So his articulation is a ball joint at the head, a hinge so his head can go, he can headbang, which is nice. The arm can rotate 360, not yet for that. Can go in and out. Swivel, hold on, swivel there. Then you have two hinges there, so he's double hinged. His arm kibble prevents him from really utilizing it, but he does have a two hinges there. He has a double hinge at the elbow. The wrist can, if you release this, can rotate a bit, can like move up and down, but it's mainly for transformation that's there. And as you can see, both arms do have a feature that if you press these switches here, he has flip out. Well, he gets little flip out knives or like Energon daggers. Similar to how Optimus does it, like with his flip out swords, but his are just, you know, they're either really small swords or just daggers, which is a very neat feature. And I like that it's part of this, his transformation. It's also a neat little detail that his Energon blades, when extended out, become the cockpit of his jet mode. Now for his lower half, he has a waist swivel. And it's not a ball joint, I think it's called the universal joint, but you can go in and out, forward, back. Nice little ratchety joint too. Has a swivel, has a genuine swivel here at the base of the thigh, at like the leg joint. And then it has like 1, 2, 3 joints here. So it has one bend there, one in there, and one at the foot. So he's got quite a lot of articulation. And overall, he's just a very nice figure. I honestly recommend this guy. Like if you're gonna get any like figures from the Revenge of the Fallen line, I'd put this guy on your list. Even if he wasn't in the movie, he's a very nice figure. Like a lot of the figures from that toy line were very well done. Like very interesting and intricate designs. Mindwipe is like no exception. He's very cool. The Mecha Life feature is not really integral, it's just there, but it's at least not in the way. And he just looks very cool. I think I've heard other people say that this is what the Fallen should have looked like. And I'm kind of meh on that statement. I think he looks really cool, but I don't think he looks cool enough to be like the ultimate bad guy who's worse than Megatron. I feel that the Fallen's current design, I think, is good enough to portray that. This guy, to me, just doesn't look evil enough. And you can kind of see this since he was repainted into a good guy, I think, in the 2010 toy line, in the Hunt for the Decepticon toy line. He was repainted into Strafe, who was an Autobot. So yeah, this design doesn't scream like all that evil. This clearly looks like, well, this could honestly be both ways. The face to me doesn't look evil enough. But that's just me. So yeah, overall, this is a very nice, solid figure. This is a great figure, probably one of the better ones, and one of the easier ones to transform from the Revenge of the Fallen toy line. Like, it really surprised me. The features are cool, the jet mode looks awesome, transformation is surprisingly simple, and, well, simpler than like other ones. Let me adjust his feet. And even the whole chicken thing, the way that they like design the legs makes him very stable. Although you even have the option of pulling out his landing gear for extra stability. But honestly, he doesn't need it. He does not need it. You can do it if you want to, but he doesn't need it. So now let's get on with the size comparisons. Here we have Ratchet, and if I can get him into frame, here is Cliff Jumper. As you can see, he's a pretty small dude by comparison. So he's also really tall for his size. For being a Voyager, he's pretty tall. So yeah, overall, a nice solid figure. I honestly can't praise this thing like anymore. The only thing I could honestly say would be that they could just replace the spring-loaded daggers and just have him have actual like hands with like wrist articulation. That's like the only thing I can think of that can make this better. And maybe that the daggers could be like removable. But yeah, very solid figure. Highly recommend it. If you're gonna get only maybe one or even a handful of figures from the Revenge of the Toy line, I would say Revenge of the Fallen toy line. I would say pick this guy up as one of those figures. I even recommend his later repaints, but to me, this guy looks better in this design, which was originally intended as a Decepticon. He looks better this way than his later repaint as a Strafe. The Strafe one is just to me way too colorful. This one looks a lot better, especially since his alt mode is a stealth fighter. So it's weird seeing a stealth fighter be like brightly colored. So yeah. So this has been my review of the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Mindwipe. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out.